Welcome to season 2 of the Mimi Patterson Show. I am your host with the Holy Ghost, Melissa Patterson, and I am honored to have a very special guest with us today, Miss Tanieka Clarke. So Miss Tanieka Clarke, tell us who you are, where you're from. Tell us about yourself.
Well, thank you for having me. My name
Absolutely.
is Tanieka Clarke. I'm an actress, entrepreneur, philanthropist, co-producer of Taking Innocence Project.
Amazing. And she's also a mommy like myself, and we are boy moms, and we are super cool. I think boy moms are the coolest. I'm just saying.
I agree.
You agree?
Agree.
Okay, awesome. All right, so you're an actress, an entrepreneur, and also a philanthropist. Is there a specific story behind you wanting to become an actor or actress?
Oh my gosh, yes. The story is that I knew since I was, God only knows what age, that I was going to be an actress. It was something that, I don't know if you've ever had this like innate knowing that you're going to be something.
I do.
I've actually envisioned myself as a kid doing interviews about being an actress such as this.
Wow. That's real.
So I kind of envisioned, you know, what that world would look like, what I'd be doing, what my family would kind of be like. And so, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I just knew.
Wow. Let me tell you something. The vision is, how would I say this? You knowing from a child that you wanting to become an actress, and also seeing yourself as an actress. It brings me to this. In order for you to become, you must first believe in your mind, and then that will come to pass. And that's amazing faith, by the way. And look at you today sitting here on the Mimi Patterson Show, doing an interview about you being an actress. Ain't God good?
It's God.
God is
all
amazing.
God.
I'm super
tapping
proud of you.
into Him and just going with what He says.
Allowing Him to lead.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that you are the executive producer of the Innocence Project. It's a documentary.
Yes.
You and I believe you have a business partner as well. Can you tell the audience, what is the Innocence Project?
Oh my gosh, it's one of the projects that I'm the most proudest of, actually. I'm actually one of the executive producers, Niecy Johnson. She's actually the director and one of the executive producers as well. We met and we shared the same passion. We met on another project that I was acting on, and we shared the same passion. We had a conversation and realized that we really wanted to help women who were being trafficked. Came to find out later on, and you're a boy mom, so you know, that boys are trafficked as well. There's a demand for boys as well. So we started it because we were passionate about it, and along our journey, we became even more passionate about it. And we just knew that this was something that we had to do. We felt as if we were called to, we knew we were called to do this. And I'm just thankful for the impact that we've made so far. It's a documentary where we have survivors. We've interviewed FBI, we've interviewed safe houses. And we're just patiently waiting and just pursuing, you know, so that it could be shown in every household. Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
They're trafficking, so I guess boys are the thing. Wow,
and there's
that
a
is
demand for
amazing.
boys, yeah.
What I looked, when I heard about the Innocence Project, and I looked up, they're saying that Florida is actually top 5
Absolutely.
for human trafficking. So we have to be absolutely careful with our kids and just pray and ask God to cover them.
Yeah.
Because they are, sick human beings
And teach them.
out there wanting to take these innocent souls. Like, what are you going to do with a 5-year-old boy? Thank you for you and your producer, Mrs. Niecy, for bringing light to that. And at the end of the interview, you can also let them know where they can find the Innocence Project, so they too can be educated about their surroundings and how, especially if you have boys,
right?
It affects everyone, but the fact that boys are more targeted, just to educate them on what to do. So thank you for sharing that with me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So Tanieka is a Christian like myself, right? How do you choose acting roles without compromising who you are as a Christian? What does that look like for you?
This is a good one. You really have to know as an individual, like what your core values are, what your morals are, what your beliefs are. You don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And God knows in this world, there's plenty to fall for. And I would say I'm coming from a theater background where I've done a lot of acting, theater. 2017, I decided to really go into film and pursue it seriously. And I'm even in a position now where I actually want to delve in a little deeper. But even in the audition phase, I've had to actually turn down auditions because there were auditions that where they wanted you to play certain roles that were explicit, lots of profanity. You would spend most of your time, you know, in a strip club. And if there's substance in a real story to tell,
yes,
I would absolutely do a certain kind of role. But if I'm just, there's no story to tell, there's no substance, God didn't call me to do that role, I'm just not doing it. I'm not. And as actresses, a lot of us just do every audition, we take any opportunity because it's an opportunity, and you just have to be careful with that because you give a little, you know, you give an inch. What do they say? What's the saying? You take a mile.
You give the devil an inch, he takes a whole yard. Something like that.
Right, and it's true. You open the door, and before you know it, so
you're gone.
So yeah, even in the audition phase, I've actually had to turn down certain auditions, and just say no, thank you.
I get it. So it boils down to you knowing your values, also knowing who you are,
right?
You know, in Christ, and also the Bible says, "Seek ye first and His righteousness, and all these things that we need will be added onto you." So you putting Christ first, He will honor you for that. You know, it may not be now, but eventually everything will fall in place. And I believe that as Christians, you know, that are functioning in the marketplace, you know, we need that kind of mindset. You know what? It may be a good opportunity, but it may not be a God opportunity.
So true.
And
so true.
And that's where the mindset we have to approach every opportunity with. Yes, it's great, but if it's gonna take me out of the will of God, then God bless you. God has something else in store for me and for you. So.
Yeah, no, that's so true. That's so true. I mean, even if you listen to some of the past interviews from Chadwick Boseman, and just knowing as a Christian, just us knowing God, you know, He'll tell you it's not easy to obey because a lot of the times we may not even see. We're like, God, this is a great opportunity, and we may not even see, you know, what's on the other side. But sometimes we literally just have to walk away and trust Him.
Yep, absolutely. Trust Him. He knows what's best. And He will give you that silent nudge on the inside, letting you know, Tanieka, letting you know, Melissa, you know what? This is good, but it's not me. Yeah. And it takes courage to, you know, walk away.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may be praying for these opportunities too, and then here it is. And then it's going to allow me to compromise my values. No, thank you. Yeah. You know,
He always has better. Always.
Absolutely. He always does. So how do you, we know that balance is key as a person, but how do you balance wearing so many hats? You're a mother, you're an entrepreneur, you're an actress, you're a philanthropist, and I'm sure you're going to be an author soon. How do you balance all of that?
You prophesying, or are you in the spirit?
I don't know where that came from.
Are you?
Maybe God's trying to remind you that you need to write that book, Tanieka.
He really is. He really is. Yeah, you know, you said something, you touched on something earlier, where you said, you know, me knowing as a child, the important thing is that we must believe, right? So up my alley. I can't speak on it too much, but the book is coming. I don't know when exactly, but the book is coming. So the way that I balance wearing so many hats, being a mom, a business owner, actress, an actress, is it's challenging. Every day isn't a walk in the park, but it's kind of what I was saying before, like I knew as a kid. And so one of the things that helps me is that my son is homeschooled. He wants to be homeschooled too, so that was all God. Wow. And so I just involve and include him in my world, and I'm just totally in his world, you know. I've made it so that my schedule's flexible and I have the time to be the mom that I want to be. And like I said, it's not easy. It's been challenging, you know. Sometimes things are great. Sometimes, you know, I have to make some extra income. But all in all, I just really seek God. I believed Him. And, you know, I knew what lifestyle I was going to have. I knew what this was going to entail. And I've just been going with that. And I'm just thankful. I've been truly blessed in so many ways. And that's how I balance.
Your vision is clear. When your vision is clear, it makes a difference.
It does.
You know exactly who you are, where you're going, and everything else falls in place. But it doesn't make any sense. Okay, I want to be this, but you don't have the actual blueprint in place.
Yeah.
And you've been envisioning this from you were a child, so it makes it easier for God to put things in place for you, because you already know in your mind, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing. And also your son, you incorporating him in your world and you being in his.
Yeah.
That is extremely important, because as a actress, you're always gone sometimes, you know what I mean, and doing different roles, maybe late nights, but you incorporating him in your world makes a huge difference, I'm sure, as a mother.
Yeah.
And I believe that's an example for myself too, and for other mothers that are busy entrepreneurs, actresses, and everything else. So that is absolutely amazing. Also, as a Christian actress, what are some challenges that you face as a Christian actress? Even one, what are, at least one?
As a Christian actress, the biggest challenge is just knowing what stories you want to tell, staying with that, and just staying true to that. So like I said, when the auditions come, when opportunities come, you can know what it is that you're going to walk away from, what it is that you actually want to do, because there's a bigger story here, there's a bigger message here. I think that's the most challenging thing. I really, really do enjoy. And of course, when you're getting into acting, I guess you definitely have to have some sort of income, for sure.
What advice would you give other upcoming Christian actors, actress, that's looking to pursue a career like yours?
I would say to just believe in your heart that this is what God has called you to, if you know that this is what He's called you to. And I would encourage you to pray about it if you don't know, because this is a world, it's a big world that you can get lost in. As I think it was a quote from Marilyn Monroe that says, Hollywood pays you a penny for your soul or something like that.
Not my soul, Hollywood, or today.
And I don't know the full quote exactly.
Wow.
But you can look it up. And it's true. It's true. If they can get you to sell out, and when I say they, I'll leave it to your imagination, but you really, really have to know who you are, know that you're called to this. And once you know that, believe it, and just be limitless in that. Don't doubt what God said. Go for it. Just go, do it, and just be it. If He called you an actor, you're an actor. If He called you an actress, you are an actress, because He said it. And then you just have to move in that.
That's great. That's some great advice. So just go. So I was connected to Tanieka through a very good friend of mine, which is also her best friend, Dr. Dickie Love, who was also a guest on my show. And I believe that God does all things well. And it's been prophesied. And myself too wanted to become an actress when I was growing up. And I used to envision myself, doing movies and stuff. And I tried a little bit, and my parents was not with it. But that was just God's way of protecting me from not going to Hollywood, because God wanted me to do faith-based films. And my apostle, Dr. Regina Archer, confirmed that. And I was so hesitant to, to move forward. But, I know that God does everything for a reason. So knowing that Tanieka is a producer and also an actress, we are, working on a project together, and which will be soon my first movie. And she will be one of the actresses and also the producer.
Excited.
So we are super excited for that. It's coming up. This year we're looking at doing auditions, and God's willing, by 2023, that movie will be out. So that's just one of the few that we're working on. So, I'm so grateful that I connected with her, and she's going to be of great help to me with getting this movie out to the world, because, that's where God sent us. We were called to go out into the world and spread the gospel. And we can do that through faith-based films. We can do that through a talk show. We can do that through so many means, but get out of the four walls, because that was a great commission that he left with us before he left Earth. So Tanieka and myself are going, and it is an honor to have you here.
Similar stories. My mom, so it was the same thing, mostly with singing, but with Hollywood in general. My mom didn't want me to, she was nervous about me pursuing anything in Hollywood.
I don't understand why. It's understandable.
Totally understandable. So as I grew older, I just focused on other things, and that is how I got into business and how I became an entrepreneur, because I said, you know what, this isn't something that it made me fearful, actually. And it was a good thing, everything in God's timing. Because as I got older, it was something I could not shake. And I just prayed about it. And they had this audition in Orlando that, sorry, the audition was here. And then there would be consecutive, like a showcase in Orlando. So I'd have to take trips to Orlando as a part of that program. But I did the audition, and I remember not telling anybody, because I didn't want anybody to discourage me from going. So I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody where I was going. And usually I tell someone where I'm going, because I need, accountability. People are getting stolen out here. And
Innocence Project, honey.
Exactly. So yeah, I just took a leap of faith. I did it. It worked out really well, and that was my coming out. And so, like I said, in 2017, that's when I really decided to seriously pursue film. I had been hiding out, and not so much hiding, but I was doing smaller projects that were theater and local things like that, off Broadway stuff. And so yeah, 2017 is when it began.
That's good. I like that. That's inspiring in itself. And sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Because God got you, and when it's the right time, He will put that fire in your belly. You gotta move,
and you will not be able to shake it.
He's gonna disrupt your entire life.
It's true.
Until you get to do what God is telling you to do. I'm a living witness to that, and I'm sure you are too.
I am. Yes.
Now tell the people how to contact you if they're looking to find you. Instagram, Facebook, how do they contact? If they have a project, contact her. How do they find you?
Well, I just want to say first that I'm really, really honored that we connected as well. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to, again, what God has to do through us, because He does big things.
Yes.
We are just going to fall in alignment with that and see what He does.
Let us see it.
Yeah. So I'm thankful for that. And you can find me at I am Tanieka on Instagram. And you can find the Taking Innocence Project on Facebook Taking Innocence. I think it's Taking Innocence Project. I believe that.
We'll tag that on the on the show, so you guys can find that for her. And that's Tanieka with 1K.
Yes.
I had to say that. So again, thank you so much for coming and being my guest. It was an honor, to have you here and just hearing more about you. Because sometimes you see people, but you never know there's so much more depth to them. And I realized that, there's so much more to this woman than just her being an actress. She knows what she wants. She is clear about her purpose in life. And clearly she puts God first. And I'm looking forward in collaborating with her. So you guys stay tuned for that. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Mimi Patterson Show. Like, share, comment, follow us on YouTube, and until next time, God bless.